Now, let's get into some examples to try and explain just how much you might need to provide for your retirement. Now, the average super balance for somebody aged 65 recently has been around the $120,000 figure. So we've assumed that Joe and Mary are both 65 years of age, and they're going to live a modest retirement, which is $33,000 per annum of income or expenditure. One thing that I didn't mention is that all of these expenditure levels, whether it be modest or comfortable retirement, are based on you having paid off your mortgage and owning your own home. So if you don't own your own home, then you'll get a little bit more in terms of rental assistance, but you'll also have more expenditure going out in rent, and therefore you probably need higher than the $33,000 to live on to maintain that same standard of living. So Joe and Mary are 65 years of age, they're both retired, they own their own home, they've got no mortgage, and they're going from modest retirement. We're assuming a very low return of 4.6%, which is more like a cash-like return. They're not investing in risky assets at all. And Joe's got 120 in his super and Mary $50,000. And as you can see with this red line, they're meeting their income requirement, which is this the red line is the $33,000 increasing over time as inflation goes up. Now the green lines here is actually what income level they've achieved. The green lines being bigger than the red line mean that they're generating more income than they actually need, because they're largely living off the age pension, which is $33,000, and their superannuation money continues to grow over time. The $170,000, which is really what this purpley blue line, depending on what you think the colour is, it continues to grow over time. So the scenario for Joe and Mary is really quite good. Their assets are increasing. But what would happen if we actually, well, let's just look at the sources of income quickly first. So for Joe and Mary, at this phase of life, the source of their retirement income in this first year of retirement at 65, this aqua section here, or blue, this section here, that represents the age pension. So that's the $33,000 age pension. And then there's the cream on the top, which is their income that they're generating from their superannuation assets. And over time, as they're saving more of their superannuation assets, they're having to draw it out of their super, and they've just invested that in the bank account, which means that this yellow section here is they're saving each year, generating some income. But as you can see, their super pension continues to provide for them a small amount, but it really is the age pension, which is this section through here, that is providing for the majority of their income in retirement. Now that would look very different as we increase the amount of income that we need.